Friends, earlier this week, someone asked me if I'd ever used a teleprompter before and which one I would recommend. I don't know if there are better options, but I'm going to show you something I've been using for about 2 years now. At least I bought this 2 years ago. I didn't use it for a while because I didn't know if it would be good or not. It's a long story. But during this time of just a lot of people trying to communicate long talks and everything, you want something that is can put in front of a camera and they can read their long speeches or whatever else. And so at work, particularly where I work, we have people making presentations all the time, video presentations, long, sometimes multi-paragraph things, statements they're trying to put out. And they want to be able to look into the camera like I'm looking into the camera right now and say those things. And it's a challenge. I know it is. You can't just do it right off the cuff. And so sometimes what people typically do, sometimes they'll put a piece of paper underneath the lens or whatever. The only way to really do it well is to do it with a teleprompter. And this is one of the simplest ones. I bought this, like I say, 2 years ago. When I first got it, I remember people were fussing about the Parrot software that came with it, saying, oh, it doesn't work the best and it's aggravating and all that. I have to say, it's improved over the years and I think it's fantastic. I think it's just fine. So this is the Parrot teleprompter. I'm going to open up the box and show you how simple it is. It's not very expensive. You buy them on Amazon. I don't know now what they cost exactly, I'm sure there's probably an upgrade to it or something. But it comes with a whole bunch of these rings, that you can mount on different kinds of lenses. So the 55 millimeter is what works. There it is. 55 millimeter is what works for my Sony A6600, my 6400, my 6500. Usually I'm like working on 6600 right now shooting this. But these things just screw right onto the lens. The lens that I'm using right now is an E3.5 to 5.6/18 135 millimeter OSS. It is one of the E-mount lens, 55 millimeter. I screw this thing onto it, and it comes with this little box. And in the back, this just protects the inside of it. You just pull this off, and it's just a this. Once this is screwed onto your camera, then you just screw this, you just flip this right on. Well, that was embarrassing. You just push it right on like that. And then this little hood is hanging off the edge of the front of your camera lens, right, like that. And you can open it up, and it's got the piece of reflective glass. And then your iPhone, this little tray pulls out. iPhone, or right now I'm using a Google Pixel is what I use. Then the Google Pixel, you can put your finger there like that, and you can just screw it, you pull it right in there like that. And then you have the Parrot software that reflects, and I'll show you. I'll go ahead and just pull some up here, hang on. On the iPhone, it's upside down backward, but what comes off here naturally, if I put my hand over it, you can see, is text that you can read. And it's right in front of the lens, and it rolls just like that. And it's pretty awesome, isn't it? And you can read it. I would say that it's comfortable to read from about 4.5 feet away. Now as I sit here now, I'm probably only 2 feet away from this lens myself. So you can realize you don't have to be very far away to get a good look. But there you go, you see right through it. And so if the lens is looking through there, I'm seeing absolutely nothing. That you're focusing right through that reflection. And that's as simple as it is. The way I'll say this much. Getting the text into the software is not really hard at all. The way I get the text in is people generally send me a Microsoft Word file that will have their script on it. I will copy the text out of that Word file, put it into something that's easy for me to get to that is text. For instance, a Google document. I open up a Google document, I paste the text in. Then I can open up the Google document with my phone, do a copy all, select all, copy, paste it into the Parrot software, set the speed and the font size, and you're good to go. That's really all that it takes to do it. And then it takes a bit of experimentation though. The first thing I ever did with this was a presentation that Nikki was doing for her master's degree at Appalachian State. And so to put the text in there, you have to play around with it to find what the sweet spot is. So for us, I can't remember exactly what the font size was, but I know the speed was around 48. It goes from 0 to 100 speed, and so 48 was good, and we found a font size that everybody's happy with. And what I just showed you just then seems to be what makes my administrators and various different people who do presentations here happy. And so it's a decent speed, it's readable, and if it doesn't outrun you, that's what you want, something that you can talk very normal into. So yeah, fantastic. It wasn't expensive, very easy to learn how to use. The software is not hard. Most people will find it very pleasing. They can look right into the barrel of the lens and they can read what they want to say. Minimal eye movement left and right. I mean, you're just going just this far. So if your eyes are just going, for instance, let's say the width of the camera, now I'm going back and forth looking at the one side or the other of the barrel of the lens, that's all that your eyes are moving right there. I think it's great. Now there are, like I say, maybe other options. To me, this is super simple. I would say that you want to use one of the larger type iPhones. My Pixel is not one of the minis. In other words, I've got an iPhone that's iPhone 7 that's this wide as opposed to the whole width. I thought that would probably work with a smaller phone too, wouldn't it? Either way, it's okay. It's easy to read, simple to operate. That's my recommendation. Again, maybe better ones, but I think for the price, you'll find out this is pretty good, and I had no problem with the Parrot software. So this one is a Parrot, and it's called the, what is it? Just Parrot Teleprompter is all it says on the box there. Portable, professional, affordable. I was trying to see if there's actually a model number on it. It does say Teleprompter 70T-30R is what I've got. 5.5 inch diagonal. Now, if you start getting one wider than that much, then the eyes will wander a little bit. I think the thing you want to try to do is you want to keep that field of view that you're reading off of as narrow as you can, so you're not looking outside the lens. You don't want to be looking over there and over there, right? You want to be looking just as much right into the lens as you can. And there again, if you have any questions or some other ones that you think are better, clue me in. I'd like to see it in the thread or the comments. Peace to all who watch. Subscribe to the channel if you like.